and I think that on that day, my sister, who she hasn't been living with us for a fair number of years now, and I think she was kind of taken aback by the difference in behaviour that's kind of changed within the years that she hasn't been about, and it's kind of sad. Of course it's sad. My brother and older sisters, they don't see as much of my dad as me and my sister and my mum do. So they don't really, I'm not sure if it's they don't understand or they don't know if they've just become just accepting of that's dad kind of mentality, but it's they're kind of in this state of unaware bliss almost, where he doesn't appear that bad to them, and I guess for them that's not that bad, but at the end of the day it's still quite a shame in some respects. During my depression, although I spent a lot of time in bed, I think I just became more aware of my dad. I kind of just knew this is it. This is what's going to be for the rest of my dad's life. And although I spent a lot of time in bed, I did spend a lot of time making sure that he was okay as well. And it was upsetting, but I guess at the end of the day, you've got to try and move on, haven't you? It's just the way we've got to go. I did try and spend as much time as I could making sure he was okay, he hadn't left the tap running, just silly things like that. But you notice with time these things kind of become more and more prominent. Every day his personality changes a little, but he's still my dad in there. It's a really strange thing to see. Like some days he can be a bit more of a grump. Most of the days we always have a laugh and a chuckle, and I hope he keeps that kind of mindset, really. Because although we have found out about this illness, we all do seem a lot happier now, because we're able to cope with it. And I know that's not going to be the case for everyone, but there is a certain amount of relief that comes with finding out about this illness, and just trying to get as much help as you can. Just talking to someone, they don't even have to know about the illness. I found that's really helping. I took one night, I went out with some friends, and I had a drunken stroll home. Me and my friend were just talking about it, and it really did help a lot. I mean, I'm not recommending you to go out on a get drunk, because that never helps. I mean, yeah, I could have, on top of the depression, I think I could have started a drinking habit, which is really bad for an 18-year-old. I know it's bad, and luckily I didn't, but where was I? Yeah, so just if you do have like troubles, just, I don't know, everyone's got their way of dealing with it. I mean, I'm making a video just trying to get it out there. Maybe if you do want to speak up about it, maybe get your word out there as well. I don't know. But I do encourage for those who, of the audience, who aren't actually affected or in some way by the dementia disease, or shall I say the Alzheimer's disease, please do some research, because I've noticed a lot of people don't know very much about it, and it's quite scary because it's a big thing in our society today. One of the biggest things I think I've had to deal with during this was knowing, because I did research into this, because that's just the kind of person I am. I thought, well, I want to know as much about this as I can. I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know what's not going to happen. And I found out there's a chance that it could be genetically inherited, and I believe it was more prominent in boys, and I think I believe this was what caused my spiral of depression. I got a bit distant to a lot of people. It really hit me to think that this man, my father, the person I see almost every day on a daily basis, who almost isn't himself because of an illness, I could be in that same position in 40 years. And to me, that's not really a lot of time. It's almost a third of my lifespan gone if I was to get this illness. I'm not saying that's the end of my life, but it's still scary to think that I could get this. We have a mental health practitioner that comes around to check on us to make sure everything's going just fine. And one day I went in and I asked her what are the chances of this being inherited. And she said she didn't know offhand, but she would find out for us. And she came back and she said, well, the best thing to do is go to see your local GP and talk to them and see if you can get referred to, I believe it's the Oxford Mental Health Department, which can provide a genetic test to see if you've inherited. So we did that, and we went off to my local GP, and we got written and sent to this Oxford Mental Health Department, and we have yet to hear back. And this was, I think it was in February 15th, I believe we went, and it's been quite a considerable amount of time. It's quite disheartening, because I feel like they might have just looked at my letter and thought, well, just kind of thrown it aside. Then again, it's a medical place, so they don't have time for everything, do they? But it's almost been like 3 months now. I don't even know. I'm not good with dates, but like I said, it's scary, but it has its benefits, if that makes any sense. I mean, my family appears happier now, we know, but it's not going to be the same for everyone. And I feel like we've all got our ways to deal with it. But I think at the moment there's not enough being said about it. And I think sometimes the people that are the carers need to talk. Because at the moment it's, I don't want to say it's all the focus on the patients. I mean, of course they need a majority of the focus, but obviously it's going to have a bad effect on the carers' mental health as well. I advise, do try and get some time away, because you will need to kind of distance yourself now and again and be able to breathe. But to keep up, just try and keep up a social life, because you can't let yourself become isolated while caring for someone. It won't do you any good in the end. I mean, I almost, it happened to me, my little depression phase, and it just makes you feel worse at the end of the day. And once you get out, you do realise there are people out there that will care that you're there, and you do need to talk to people. I don't know what else to say on this subject, so thanks to everyone that's been listening. Like I said, if you have any questions about my dad's illness, or how I've dealt with it, what I've been through, what my family's been through, even if you just want to talk about it, just message me and I'll try and get back to you. Thank you.